Hello everybody, Sam here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's Sunday video, we are talking about Ginkgo Bioworks. Now, I got a request from a YouTube commenter I think it was like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks. I just replied to them like yesterday, saying that I'll make a video on Ginkgo Bioworks. They had asked me if I could make a video on the company. And this morning when I woke up, I saw this thread by an infamous user, Biotech2K1. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make this video on this company, but not on what that YouTube commenter was sort of expecting. I think that commenter was expecting me to make a video on the science part of it, or what's going good with that company in a positive light. But in this channel, we are unbiased, right? And I try to cover all sorts of angle, whether that's good or bad, right? And I have covered this company in 2021 before they went public, right after they went public, and much later on in early 2022. And I've always had good things to say about this company, especially because they're trying to do something that no other biotech company is trying to achieve right now. And I do want to reward, companies that are trying to be innovative, right? But then I saw this tweet and this thread, and I want to go over it, and I want to give my thoughts here. And again, shout out to all the commenters, guys. I do read your comments. I try to respond to every single one of them. It's just been a really hectic last few weeks, last few months for me. But nonetheless, here it says, take the numbers and times them by 3, as this is going on with all top 3 owners in DNA right now. They all got about 25 million shares paid out on October 1st as part of going public in 2021. Now they're dumping all those shares on the market. Take a look at the next tweet here. That is 3 people dumping tens of millions of shares in the last 3 months. This is why you can't touch this stock until the sellers stop. It looks horrible from the optics. Here are other pics of Foam Force from Jason Kelly. Jason Kelly being the CEO and founder of Ginkgo Bioworks. And the last tweet here is from Biotech, said, I haven't added a single share since this started, and I won't until this is over. If they sell too much, I will consider that an admission that they have zero faith in their company and sell it myself. So of course, Biotech 2K1 bought some shares right around the IPO, I believe, and never bought more based on that tweet. And we take a look at this filing here. This is from 2021, about November, and this is all from both the screenshots we're going to look at. That's from the CEO and founder of the company, basically the leader of the company, right? And in October 1st, basically he cashed out, Kelly cashed out about $25 million, I believe here, $25 million. That was October 1st, and then, maybe a few days before that, that was a little obviously significantly less, but that's still 770K. That's pretty big. You take a look at this figure here, that's about 344,000K. That was maybe 2 days after. We take a look at the other filing, which is actually more recent. This is actually this month. In fact, it was actually 3 days ago, on the 26th of January. Oh, you guys can't see that. I think we need to, let's take a look. I really want you guys to see this because this is big. Yeah, here. So we take a look at here, and it says 26th of January. I don't know if you guys can catch that, but looks like Kelly has sold again separately his Class A common stock, and said that's about, what is it that? That's about 150,000, and that's about how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 100,000. So basically, 250,000 was basically sold 3 days ago, on top of the stocks that were sold just a few weeks prior to that, which a few months rather. I should be fair. That was in October, late September, early October. So now I'm going to go on to basically show you guys one more thing here. Is ARK Invest has been buying this company like crazy, right? You take a look at their total holdings for DNA. I mean, they brought DNA in that conference. I remember that was quite surprising, but They're big on DNA, Ginkgo Bioworks, and they've been buying this company every single month at that point, right? You got some this month, you got some in December, you have some in November, even in October, like few days after Kelly sold over $25 million worth of shares, you know, ARK Invest decided to buy a lot more at $3 a share, and now today it's obviously under $2 a share. And this company went IPO around, I remember this, it was around 17 to 20 billion dollars, and today they're worth less than $3 billion market cap, right? And of course, I do want to be fair by saying they went public literally around the peak of the market, 2021, October was it, September, October. They got hit by that Scorpion report just a few weeks after about them being fraudulent. And then, of course, the market crashed. And here we are, this company worth now or under $3 billion market cap, with the CEO and founder selling basically, a lot in October, some just a few days ago, and who knows what this trend will be looking like. So what are my thoughts here? First of all, and we do want to mention here, and Biotech 2K want to mention do this by 3 because the 3 other top owners are actually doing something similar to what we just took a look at. We're just going to look at Kelly. I don't want to start looking at every single reports here. One, because I don't think it's really worth the time. I think the point here is made that the ownership of this company, the major owners, the major stakeholders are obviously selling at least in October and this month. So what are my thoughts? First, I want to say something that I think most investors will agree with me. If you have a company that has no significant revenue, if you have a company that doesn't really have a recurring business model proven, if you have a company that's really high technology, aiming for high innovation, that really is coming out of the gate to really promote something that has never been done in the past, I think I speak for most investors by saying that when you see the owners of this company, specifically the CEO and founder of the company, selling stock and shares, that is a huge red flag, regardless of how you want to put it. It's one thing for Elon Musk to sell his shares on Tesla, Tesla being basically a 20 years old company at this point, having a business model that is extremely proven, breaking records every single week since years and years. Obviously they have a lot more work to do, but the point I'm making is it's a lot different when that type of CEO and founder is selling that stock than it is for a company like DNA Ginkgo Works. I think it's extremely, extremely alarming to see this. That's exactly why I wanted to make this video, because this is one of those things that I cannot, support. There's no angle at this that I can support. It's one thing to sell your shares before you go IPO, obviously. I mean, it makes sense. You spent your time in a private company, you put sweat and blood into it, and then, you want to maybe get a little bit of reward because, you have accounting firms and you have your lawyers telling you to basically diversify. I mean, your family members. This is basic human common sense, right? But it's another thing when you see this company basically being over a year old now. It's basically in the worst state in the market crash we are right now for most of these biotech companies, and you have recurring sales from all major stakeholders. It is extremely alarming. To me, this feels like it's basically individuals that want to cash out. Will they keep, giving their 100% in this company? I don't really think that's the point here. The point I'm making is you as an investor, you're looking at this company, you're like, okay, so I really love this innovation. I really love what they're trying to achieve. I love the dream. I love the dream they're selling. I remember Kelly was selling this dream on the podcast episode, but that it was with a Moderna episode, and he got invited to speak of mRNA technology and obviously tied in with Ginkgo Bioworks some form fashion. I don't remember which episode it was. It was a Business Insider, forget which episode. But the point here is that you're being sold the dream, and then under the hood you're looking at the same person that's selling you the dream, and the same people that own majorly this company in terms of ownership are basically not buying in the dream. Because if you're selling your shares, you're not buying into the dream, period. Like, you can't really argue against that, in my opinion. Again, it's one thing once your company is established with a business model, and at some point you want to sort of diversify. You see, Meta, Mark Zuckerberg selling about $1 billion worth of shares basically every year. That's to fund other ventures he's doing, or foundations and so on. That's a different story, right? Not all sold shares are treated the same between execs, between leaders, right? It really depends where you are with your company, what's the maturity level. And I think there's something here. I really think here Biotech 2K1 has uncovered something extremely important. Whether this is known or not, that's beside the point. I want to make this video on it because I do want to bring some light to this. I've seen this problem across different companies in other verticals, and it always turns out that company ends up tanking. That innovation stops, that CEO ends up stepping down. Always ends up. Whether or not this is the route that Ginkgo Bioworks takes, we cannot predict that. But the probability rate of success has dropped dramatically for me, and I just can't get behind this type of behavior from someone who's selling you the dream and can't even buy his own dream, right? So that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, guys. As always, subscribe if you're not, like this video, and I'm really curious about it, guys. Am I crazy by saying this? Is Biotech 2K1 crazy? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful Sunday.